They tell you life gets better after graduation. You're supposed to walk across that stage, grab your diploma, and be welcomed into adulthood like some grand debut. The parties, the applause, the "you did it" speeches. Those are all meant to mark your entry into the real world. You survived high school, 4 years of pressure, drama, and noise. You're finally free, but they don't tell you the truth. They don't tell you that the real world doesn't care about your GPA or your tassel color. They don't warn you about the loop, the trap, the slow choke of bills and debt. You start chasing money like it's your only oxygen. It becomes all that matters. If I had known, maybe I'd have braced for impact. Maybe I wouldn't have ended up here begging a stranger to keep me alive through a webcam. It started with sleepwatching, a job that sounded like a joke. Too easy to be real. But when you're broke, tired, and too proud to flip burgers or stock shelves, too good to be true starts sounding like salvation. Manny told me about it. My guy since freshman year. Loyal, soft-hearted, always trying to help. I told him about my money problems, how I couldn't land a decent job. He knew I was lazy. I knew I was lazy. But I also thought I deserved better. Something quick, something clean. So he showed me sleepwatching. You literally get paid to stay awake, he said. The concept was weird, sure, but simple. Some people can't sleep unless they know someone's watching over them. Not talking, not helping, just watching. Some lonely stranger pays you to sit on a webcam all night while they sleep. You don't move. You don't interact. You just exist. Easy money. I signed up that same night. Sleepwatchers.net. I gave them more personal info than I've ever given any site before. Name, birthday, photo, ID. They needed a background check for safety, they said. 3 days later, I got approved. My first match came immediately. Her name was Violet, 74, widowed. Her family had moved away and, from the looks of it, forgotten she existed. She had insomnia and didn't want to feel so alone anymore. Just needed someone in the room, even virtually. I accepted instantly. Old folks pay well. We exchanged a few short messages. She was polite, sweet. She just wanted to know I'd be there and wouldn't sleep on the job. I promised I'd stay awake. Around 8 p.m., I got ready for our first session. Before I joined the video call, a message popped up on the site. The rules. 1. Do not fall asleep. 2. Do not, under any circumstance, wake the sleeper. 3. Only use the red emergency button if there is a real emergency. 4. Do not fall asleep. Yes, it was listed twice. I chuckled. Basic stuff. Seemed like overkill. I clicked agree. The call connected. Violet's face appeared, wrinkled, warm, with a smile that looked like it hadn't had much reason to show up lately. "Hi, Oliver," she said. "Thank you so much for doing this. I hope you have a good night." I told her I'd be working on a few tabs, maybe reading. "Sleep well," I said, and she did. Out cold in minutes. I spent the night scrolling through useless articles, watching dumb videos, half working on a resume I'd never send. But the pay was real. The job? A breeze. Night after night, the same routine. Log in, chat for a minute, Violet sleeps, and I waste time online. She was always out by 8:05. Then came the 5th night. She woke up at 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom, something she hadn't done before. I kept an eye on the feed, mostly to look alert in case she checked back. But then something shifted. For a second, just a blink, I saw movement behind her bedroom curtain. A hand. Long, pale, wrong. It didn't move like it belonged to anyone human. I blinked again and it was gone. I told myself it was nothing. Midnight paranoia, lack of sleep, and too much caffeine. I should have taken it seriously. The next night I messed up. I hadn't napped that day. No Red Bull, no caffeine, nothing. I thought I could tough it out. I fell asleep. Only for an hour, maybe less. But it was enough. I woke up to a bang. A heavy, echoing crash. My body jolted like it already knew something was off. She was still asleep. But he was there. In the corner of her room, barely visible in the dark, stood a figure. Towering, skeletal, skin stretched tight like wet paper, and his eyes, pure white, glowing, locked onto mine through the screen. I froze. He moved toward Violet, slow, silent. I started shouting her name over and over. I didn't know what else to do. I just needed her to wake up. I needed this to stop. She opened her eyes. They found mine instantly. Wide, terrified, but calm somehow. Like she already knew what was coming. And then he was on her. His hands, those huge bleached things, came down like hammers, over and over, slamming into her chest, her face, her body. The bed shook under the force. Blood splattered the wall. Her mouth moved, barely. "Allie," she whispered, "help me." I clicked the emergency button. My only move. Access denied. Feature restricted due to rule violation. They knew. The site knew I'd fallen asleep. It was punishing me. I turned back to the screen. Violet wasn't moving anymore. Her eyes were still open, still looking at me, judging me, blaming me. The thing stopped, slowly turned, and stared. Those white eyes bore into me, and I understood what it meant. This is your fault. Violet was the first punishment. Mine is coming. It's been 5 nights. I haven't slept since. I can't. Every time I blink too long, she's there, screaming, crying, bleeding. Her voice rings in my head. At first, it was just shadows in the corners of my room. Then, breathing. Low, raspy, just behind my ears. Now I feel it. Right now. I know he's standing behind me, reading this as I type. I'm not writing this for sympathy. I'm writing this as a warning. Please, go to sleepwatchers.net. Find my profile. Watch me sleep. I'm begging you. If someone doesn't stay awake for me, I won't survive tonight. Just whatever you do, don't fall asleep.